Hi everyone, thank you for joining our webinar today. This is powered by 3D Cart and Targetbay, and it's e-commerce after coronavirus. We have muted everyone on the call, and but we still want to be able to hear your questions. So on the right-hand side on the navigation menu, please feel free to ask questions. Submit a chat. We do want this to be as interactive as possible because this is for you. And so we're going to go ahead and get started. So our speakers, my name is Danielle, and I am a senior e-commerce strategist over here at Targetbay. It's very nice to see you guys. We also have Mash Ogden. He is our president of the Ecommerce Shop. So we're going to be the two speaking on this webinar today, and thank you again for joining.
Look forward to talking.
So what is Targetbay? I'll just mention that that's where I work. We are an e-commerce marketing cloud. We focus on reviews and ratings, which is Bay reviews. We have email marketing, product recommendations, behavioral pop-ups, retargeting ads, and Instagram curation. Basically, what we do is try to make e-commerce business owners as much money as possible when the traffic is coming to their website. And to give you a breakdown about the agenda, again, this is the e-commerce after coronavirus. And basically, when the U.S. economy is reopening, the after effects of the coronavirus is going to be felt well into the back-to-school season, which is now, and the holiday shopping season. So we wanted to show you different ways that you can remain at the center of the retail experience and really capitalize on the e-commerce boom that is happening right now. So we're going to go through some key statistics and then go through some tips. So how e-commerce will change after coronavirus, you've already seen it. Online shopping is going up. Online retailers are seeking to diversify their supply. Omni-channel and mobile services have definitely seen a boom as well. So what we noticed is also that retail chains are most likely to offer mobile apps as well.
And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about some of the statistics of coronavirus and how it's impacted e-commerce. I mean, for e-commerce, it's actually one of the good things. I know we don't want to hear much about coronavirus, but this is a good thing for e-commerce. We've grown, it was growing 14% annually, and now it's about 18%. It's been quite a surge. So if you don't have a good e-commerce presence, it's really time now to get that started. And some of the stats that we've looked back at and looked to see what's happening just as of March and April when the virus began, there's been a very large surge in e-commerce shipments. 47% was the number that came from eMarketer. So we're excited about that, obviously. And if you look at the shipments, you can kind of see what was trending along at that 6 to 12% on average until March, and then just surged to 30, 40, 50% after that period of time. And we're still seeing that going forward. So the projections are that it's going to be here, e-commerce is going to continue to grow, and we need to be prepared for it. So one of the big things that is real important is if you don't have that buy in store capability, buy online and pick up in store, that's an important feature that you want to add. It has grown almost 300% just in a month alone. It's really a critical feature. People are now wanting to be able to shop at home and then just go drive by and pick it up.
And kind of to jump into the e-commerce sales, looking at pre-pandemic versus post-pandemic, you can see this spreadsheet right here, being able to see, February 21st or March 1st pre-pandemic, and then May 26th to June 1st is when things have started to really calm down. But you can see the increase in sales, primarily with the leisure, different types of companies, auto parts, electronics, alcohol and cannabis. They're definitely seeing a boom with that. And to talk about overall email marketing stats, this is a very interesting table. So it's giving you a breakdown between December 2019 to July 2020. And you can see the open rates, which is really laying it out there. So you see the email campaigns, which are going to be anything like your newsletters to email blasts. They do have the lowest open rate, but 12.55 is not bad. And then it's interesting to see here that the automations and workflows are, and the mail after purchase are the highest. These are very easy to set up. These are ones that you set up and they just roll out. So they are definitely seeing the highest open rates. And again, just
higher there, I'll point out it's even higher now than it was before. They were higher all along, but we're seeing an actual increase in that open rate now after this with e-commerce expansion.
Yeah, exactly, which is kind of shown right here too. So I mean, overall, there was a 29.4% increase in email open rates. And one of the critical things that we have seen with our e-commerce customers is that brand messaging is absolutely crucial. You want to make it as easy as possible for someone to make a purchase on your website. So you want to have easy returns. If they bought something, it's not the right size or it's not exactly what they were looking for, have a process in place that's going to be easy for both you and them. And then if possible, offer free shipping. It's something that can be so small, but can also be very impactful for people. There are definitely companies out there that the shipping is something that you can't necessarily offer for free, but it's something to think about. Ensure safety, making sure that you are giving the guidelines so that everything is in a safe environment when it's being packaged up for them. And moving digitally. If you are a brick and mortar store as well, try to move as much as possible to be on e-commerce. So you're really taking advantage of that right this moment. And some additional opportunities that we saw for 3D cart merchants and just merchants in general, since after the pandemic, that you might be interested in adding onto your website. Chatbots and voice assistants are absolutely huge. I actually have manned the chat on our system for Targetbay for a while, and it's really good to get to know the website visitors, seeing if I can help them, really being able to get into the nitty gritty for them. And then omni-channel experience, extremely important. The mobile commerce, the visual commerce, and dynamic pricing are also different things that you can do as well. And so now we want to kind of take this webinar in a different steps. We want to give you some tips that you can be able to follow to really help capitalize on e-commerce marketing. So I'm going to turn it over to Nash now.
All right, folks. So this is really the meat and potatoes of this webinar, where you can kind of get some tips on how to improve your site and how to improve your sales. Each one of these points that you see here, we're going to go into detail. I'll do a few, and then Danielle will do the others. I mean, it's super critical, obviously, to get your traffic to your website, to have your site optimized, getting reviews. I mean, everybody uses reviews. Pop-ups may seem annoying, but they help you grow your list. You can upsell and cross-sell your products. Reducing your abandoned cart there's techniques to all of these. That really will, if you follow them, you can follow best practices and see a significant growth in your e-commerce conversions, loyalty programs, social media, and shipping and fulfillment, and of course, as we're going to go into more detail, email marketing. These are really critical items. We're going to go into each one right now. So first, sending traffic to your website. I mean, there's lots of ways to do that. The SEM being your PPC, your pay ads. You're driving people there by using Google or Facebook. That is really important. It's also important to have good SEO. SEO, it doesn't cost per person that comes and clicks. They're not clicking on an actual ad. They're actually just finding your site. So that can be a less expensive way to attract a customer. You want to look at all of these options to come up with the best approach. The CRM, customer relationship marketing, you want to really develop that relationship, because 80% of your, 20% of your key customers are usually 80% of your sales. So you want to keep that relationship going. Social media marketing is going to bring traffic for sure with Instagram and Facebook. People are on those sites. You want to be where your constituents are, so you can engage with them there. And you have to engage with them, obviously, with the right messaging and the right content. And then it's important to understand Google. Google is, they kind of the king of the universe in terms of about 50% of all searches are on Google. So you're looking for having Google shopping campaigns. You can be at the top or the bottom of that list, and it's a massive difference between where you fall on the list, what the return is you will get. And all of these things can be done with some marketing automation. So we have tools that help you. That's what Targetbay does. It's a marketing automation platform in the cloud, and it certainly will help in all of these regards. So looking at optimizing your website, there's really a couple critical pieces. Navigation is so important. I mean, just think about when you go on Amazon, how it is intuitive to find something. And if people are coming to your site, especially the first time, and they don't know your site, if they have to search for more than 3 seconds, they get frustrated and jump. We watch people that kind of have done studies and seen how people behave on websites. It's really amazing how they just jump if they can't find what they want to find. So it's critical that you have the user experience and UX, UI design features fully correct as best as you can. And speed doesn't even to be mentioned. If it's more than 3 seconds, they're not going to stay around. So you've got to have proper hosting, and you've got to have proper, really computer search capabilities so that people can find things faster. If you have a poor search and it takes 10 seconds for it to find the product they're looking for, they're not going to be around. On the personalization aspect, there's stats showing that 15 to 25% more sales if you personalize your message to the person that's looking at your sites. So that's another important piece of it. It just makes a difference. You feel like you're engaging. If you get something that says, "Hey, Nash," or "Hey, Sally," or "John, we saw that you looked at this, and we're curious, why you left it in the cart, or we're curious to know if it's something that you'd like in addition to that." Those small personalized suggestions really help. And of course, this is all about doing the right messaging with your content on your pages. One of the things that we do at Targetbay is customer reviews. That's a big component of the platform, and it's a very important, because there's stats showing that 30% plus people made a purchase because of reviews. So if you don't have reviews, you're not going to sell as many products, and it's engaging to the person that is leaving the review. And then if you don't, you need to comment back. If they leave a bad review, especially, you need to comment back. And even if they leave a good review, they like to see that you actually are connecting with them. And to have somebody leave pictures is really good, because a lot of Google actually looks at user content, and pictures get a higher rating than words. So it gives you a better SEO value. So reviews have a lot of ways to drive more traffic to your product and drive more sales. The pop-ups, as we kind of mentioned, may seem first off annoying, and we've all seen them, but you've got to build. It's really important to build that email marketing list that you have. And this is one of the easiest ways to build your email marketing list. So if you offer, especially new clients that are coming in, a discount, maybe not 30%, maybe it's 10% or 5% or $5 off. It's just a small thank you and a small way to kind of engage in, it's part of your customer acquisition cost. Build it into your customer acquisition cost when you're doing your plan, and make sure that it has the right ROI. But since email marketing has such a high return on investment, which we're going to show you later, this a small discount to get their name up front is well worth it.
And we've mentioned mentioned about product recommendations and upselling and cross-selling your products, but this is so important. If someone's on your website, they're looking around and they're taking the time to look at your products, show them other ones, show them related products. Oh, hey, you bought this item. Well, this goes really well with it as well. So kind of giving them the recommendations. This is going to help not only entice them to make a purchase in the very beginning, but it's also going to help them increase the order value of their cart as well. Reducing abandoned cart for your store. This is, in my opinion, one of the biggest things ever. If you are spending money, or even if you're not, but if you're sending traffic to your website and you do not have a strategy in place to convert those visitors that do not make a purchase, you are missing out on so much revenue that is just being left on the table. And some different strategies that you can use for this is there's an exit intent pop-up to try to engage people right before they leave the website. It's a good way to gain an email address if you didn't have it beforehand, because then you can do an abandoned cart email. You can do retargeting ads. You can also be able to do like SMS marketing. There's a lot of different things that you can be able to do, but you need to make sure that you have your strategy in place.
And Daniel, I'll point out that there's a cadence to the abandoned cart emails that's important. It's important to send out not just one. You're going to get your most return on one, but then you will get probably 20% of the people will answer the second email. And you want to have those timed in a certain way. You don't want to be spamming in any way. But if you use the right cadence, you can more than 30 to 50% grow your conversions of your abandoned carts.
Absolutely, and not all industries the same. If you have a longer sales cycle, say if your item is over like $2,000 to $3,000, then that's not going to be a quick turnaround. So you would want to have your cadence to be longer than say a pair of shoes or anything like that. So absolutely, I agree. Another thing is having a loyalty program. You want to have loyal customers. You know, they say that having, being able to, when you already get a customer in and then retaining them is a lot cheaper than being able to get a new customer. So these people that are coming onto your website, spending a lot of money with you, making multiple purchases, get back to them. You know, they see that they're going to get points or discounts for sharing information on social media, sharing a review, or making more purchases. It's only going to be better for you. Leveraging social media. Nash mentioned that's a good way to bring traffic to the website, but it's also a good way to show your credibility. Having a two-way relationship with your customers, having them trust you, really letting them see who you are as a brand. And one of the easiest ways to do this is on social media. People, it's 2020, they are on the social media, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, several different items. Just make sure that you're having a presence on there. Optimize your shipping, e-commerce fulfillment. You can have the best product with the best branding, but if your shipping or your fulfillment falls between like the wayside and it just does not work out for the customer, they are not going to come back and make another purchase with you. You've lost that trust factor. One of the biggest things is telling a customer that they're going to receive an item on a certain date and them not being able to receive it. So make sure you're going with a shipping company that you trust, that you know can really be there for you. Use email marketing to increase engagement and automate them. Absolutely. You want to stay relevant for customers. For any type of website visitors, you want them to think of your brand when they need your products that you offer. Why should they go with you? Being able to have an email marketing plan in place is to help to be able to increase that engagement and build that brand. Building it the way that you want it to be built. You want to show, again, that compassion and really be there for them.
And one of the things we can point out is that with the email, since the pandemic, people are receptive to receiving more emails. They're at their computer more, they're online more, so there's a bigger chance they're going to see your email. And we're seeing a lot of clients have a lot of success with almost doubling the amount of emails they've sent. You have to be really very careful and cautious not to be spamming, but they're able to increase their engagement using email at this time.
Which actually segues into this right here. What are we seeing with current clients? I work with a lot of different clients that are doing emails in different ways. And so we send out more than 5 million emails every month through our clients. And just like Nash mentioned, more emails are being sent now than ever before, but we don't see it impacting their open rate. So they're showing, our customers are showing more empathy and compassion, really connecting with their customers. And even better, for every dollar that a lot of our customers spend on email marketing, they're seeing around an average return of like $51. So it's a very, very powerful tool to have in your arsenal right now. And so you have email campaigns, but you can also do email automations. One of the previous slides, you saw that the open rates for these were a lot higher than just doing a email newsletter or a marketing push. These are really good staying in front of your customers too. So you can do a welcome email, post-purchase, order confirmation, back in stock. If you have an item that's out of stock, but you have website visitors going to that page, and if they are engaging in it, really spending time on there, you want to have a way to where they can be able to receive notifications, letting them know that it's back in stock.
And let me jump in and just point out that we built that feature into the app just specifically for one customer, which was a wine store. And it was really important to them. And we found a lot of other customers really like this feature because of the fact that their loyal customers want to know when something's back in stock, and they give their loyal customers the first chance to get it back.
Yeah, exactly. Making sure that, and again, that's showing that customer loyalty, they're loyal to you, being loyal to them. And just a couple of other automations. There's the customer win back, trying to get them back onto the website. Reorder. This is crucial. If you are consumable guides and if you have things that are going to run out, anything from supplements to wine to food or to soap, anything that's going to run out, having an automated email in place, approximately so and so many days we're about to run out, to send them a message to let them know it's time to reorder. You'd be surprised how much that can help increase your overall bottom line. And then, of course, the abandoned cart email, that is, without having to be said, having that in there is very important. And shifting gears a little bit away from the automations, there's email campaigns too. We're about to enter Q4. It's absolutely insane. The summer has completely disintegrated in front of us. And so we're getting into this holiday season, Labor Days in 3 weeks. Then you're going to have Halloween, Thanksgiving, Black Friday, and Cyber Monday, on Christmas and New Year's. So make sure that you are not only doing like an email strategy for that or social media strategy, but also that your website is in tip-top shape and optimized for it.
So we'll kind of wrap this up. We're a little ahead of time. We've given you back 5 extra minutes for Q&A. The main thing we want to say is, you've got to keep your digital marketing, your digital footprint always growing and moving. You want to be adjusting to the time, adjusting to what your customers want, and that's what these digital e-commerce tools are all about. So as we said earlier, the screen time has quadrupled. The quarantine population increases your market online. So we're seeing a lot of customers have some significant growth during this period of time. Over communicating with your customers is you have to be cautious, but it's not, we haven't seen anything negative from the customers that are doing that. And of course you want to have, increase their loyalty, have giveaways, try to support your loyal customer base. It's those top 20% of your customers that really can help drive more traffic and drive more business to your company. Continue selling your current inventory. Of course, that's going to keep you cash flow positive. You want to make sure that you stay healthy, and we really appreciate you coming on this webinar. We have a special. I think that's on the next slide, or it's actually coming after this. I wanted to just to shout out the 3D cart. We're fully integrated with them. Automated setup. We will set you up very quickly. If you decide that you would like our product, we can help you there. We'll kind of give you more details on that. One of our specialists is Leo Nelson. He's the Vice President of e-commerce. He's got years of experience working with hundreds of different brands, and he said he's going to set aside 10 30-minute sessions for anybody who wants to have one of these discussions, and it's completely free. You don't have to use our product. You don't have to buy anything. We aren't a high pressure place by any means. This is really just about, you see the value, then we're going to offer you a solution, and it's a month-to-month solution, so there's no long-term contract. I think this is a very valuable chance to grow your own business. Just click this link. I think Danielle is going to also maybe put it in the chat box in a minute. But please take advantage of having a one-on-one with Leo. Can't beat that.
Yep, that should be in a chat box for you guys. And so that kind of wraps everything up. We would like to take about 10-15 minutes to go through, or however long, to just go through a few questions that you guys might have. So I did see that we had some questions that came in through the throughout the entire thing, but please feel free to add more. This is for you to kind of go through everything. So let's go ahead and pull those up. So the first question, will we get a copy of this presentation after the webinar? Yes, this is actually being recorded, so you'll be able to get this sent to you. And next
I guess we should have told you that at the beginning. I hope you didn't take too many notes.
I know, right? So next question is a great one, especially with this. So do you have a native 3D cart integration? How much does it cost? Good question. So yes, it is a native 3D cart integration. There is no third party connection costs or anything. It's completely done Targetbay on 3D cart. In terms of cost, it really depends on which product that you would like. We have typically our 3D cart customers will pay anywhere from $99 to $199, depending on what service they're doing. But if you have a demonstration with us, we can completely customize the pricing for you. Okay, so next question. Nash, you might be able to help me up with this one, but what is the difference between SEM and SEO?
Okay, SEM, search engine marketing, is all about pay-per-click. You're talking about paying for those ads that you see when you do a search in Google or do a search in Bing. So those first 3 or 4 items that come up, that is a paid. That's called SEM, search engine marketing. You're paying to have that position. Now SEO is all about being organic, which organic is your website already has these keywords that you're hoping people are searching for. And so Google is going to find your website the most relevant and present that as an option on the first page. You want to get on the first page, that's where all the traffic is. It's 90% or almost, or maybe 85% or better. SEO is giving you a free advertising, but of course you have to pay, you have to build your website so that it is optimized for SEO. And that doesn't just, a simple website, that's not going to work. You're going to have to optimize the meta tags. You're going to have to optimize your URLs. You're going to have to, there's a lot of strategy and planning that goes involved in SEO to make sure that you can try to get on that first page. And some keywords are super competitive. You're not going to win every keyword. So you have to look at which keywords that make sense for your company, where you can attract people from an SEO perspective. So it's really a difference between paying for ads versus paying to have your site optimized so that you get free traffic.
Okay, good answer. And the next one we have here is, what's the best way to implement a follow-up strategy for products that run out? Via email, can I automate it? That's a great question. So yeah, Targetbay, what we do for our customers, and this is just to kind of give you an idea, but we have a back in stock option. Sorry if I can speak. And so what happens is there's a JavaScript on your website that'll have a little spot where someone can be able to say, click when this goes back into stock. And then they will receive an email letting them know that, hey, we know that you are interested in this, so we'll be able to let you know when it comes back into stock. And then once it does come back into stock, it's completely automated. An email will just go out to everyone who filled out that form and gave their email address to do so. Hopefully that answered that question. If it didn't, then please let me know. And another question. Do you have any recommendation for retargeting ads? Who's a good one to be able to use? Nash, do you want to take that one?
Well, we integrate with the AdRoll, and they're a partner of ours. So we certainly we've seen had a lot of success using AdRoll for retargeting. It's one of the larger platforms out there. It's been around for a long time. We can show you Leo can give you all the stats on what your return on investment is with that. You know, we monitor that for our clients to make sure that they're getting the return, and then if they aren't getting the return, then most are. I mean, we have clients that are doing anywhere from $200 a month to $5,000 a month. So it's a great platform for doing retargeting.
Sounds good. And how long does it take to collect a decent amount of reviews? Okay, that's a good question. And honestly, it seems like a cop-out, but really the best way to keep that in mind is how many orders are you doing per month? If you're doing a lot of orders per month, you're going to get a lot more reviews faster versus someone who doesn't do as much. But review companies out there like Targetbay, we actually do have a feature that will go to your previous customers and ask them to write reviews too. So offering different incentives as well, maybe offering a different type of, maybe offering a discount code if they write a review for you. That's definitely going to help increase that process.
Yeah, I will mention that when we onboard a new client, a big thing they want always is how can I boost my reviews? So we will look back at your history, and as Danielle said, we can email clients, we can see who's bought every product that you have, and we can email clients that have bought these products and ask them for a review. And we're seeing quite frequently several hundred responses, reviews coming from just this in the first month that they're onboarded. So that can be a very powerful way to kind of kickstart getting your reviews going.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you have any recommendations for shipping companies? Well, honestly, like in terms of like shipping fulfillment or shipping in general, I know that a lot of our clients use ShipStation, and so they're a really good one. We also have a partnership with them too, so that might be one to think about. And
HQ, I mean, that's a good.
Yeah, exactly. So there's definitely a lot out there to think about and really be able to get what's right for you and the type of products that you are sending. I want to do email campaigns, but I don't have a lot of time. You know, what do you recommend in that type of situation? Well, isn't that the conundrum right there? Having time in general. if you're on this call, then you're either a business owner, you're an e-commerce marketing manager, director, VP, no matter what, you're trying to help increase sales on your website. And so the last thing on your mind is probably trying to do an email campaign. Again, I know I keep going back to it, but Targetbay, we do have a full service email marketing system to where we can actually do the emails for you. So that's always an option, be able to get recommendations. They will do it for you. They will create the layout. They'll send it to your different subscribers and really take that off your hands to make it easier for you. Next question. Oh, that kind of goes hand in hand with that too. How is your open rate compared to MailChimp? Good question. So from what I've seen with my customers that switched over from MailChimp, typically your open rate is going to increase when moving to Targetbay and other email providers as well. We have noticed that we have less people on each domain that we have. We have a couple of other different tips and tricks that's a little bit our secret that we don't want to share, but really we try to optimize that as much as possible, and we have a team that is checking the open rates to make sure that it doesn't dip down.
And I'll point out, we have one of the highest open rates in the industry, so it's key to success in email marketing. If it doesn't get opened, obviously there's no reason to send it. So we've studied this and spent a lot of time in building our system to optimize that. It's very complex algorithms that Google and other folks are using to decide whether to deliver your email, and you have to work well within that. But based on the way we've designed and built the technology, we're seeing fabulous open rates. We have one client that is doing millions of emails just because of our open rate.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you're doing any type of like email marketing, then the open rate and deliverability is absolutely huge. You want to make sure that you are doing everything in your possibility to be able to make sure that that's happening. Ooh, we have, we'll go ahead and take a couple more questions. It looks like they're kind of winding down a little bit coming in. So we'll take about 2 to 3 more questions. Are you able to send my product reviews to Google Shopping ads? Well, first of all, good job for doing Google Shopping ads and being able to send traffic to your website. And if you are using product reviews through Targetbay, yes, we are absolutely able to send your product reviews to Google Shopping. We have an integration with them, and that is absolutely huge. So if you're doing, like, just think about it. If you are searching online for, say, an iPhone case that's red, and you see all of them pop up because there's quite a lot of cell phone cases companies out there, then you want to see ones that have as many reviews as possible before they actually go in. So if you're spending money on Google Shopping ads, you definitely want to make sure your reviews are showing up, and yes, we can help with that. Do you guys work with any PIMs, product information managers? I'm sure I'll let you take that one.
Sure, I'll answer that. We have some partnerships with the PIMs. One that's very affordable that is a leader in Europe is called SalesLayer. They're a excellent product, very intuitive, easy to use, and easy to set up. We're happy to make an introduction to you if that's something you're looking for. It certainly is real important if you have, several thousand products, and as they grow into hundreds of thousands, that you're having up, all of the omni-channel is getting the exact same product information. You really have to go to a product information manager once you get that large, so that and you don't even have to be that large. I mean, it really helps having one place where all your product information is, and it's pushed out to all the different channels, and it's always the same. So it's a great tool to have. It's called SalesLayer.
I think we are going to wrap it up right now. I had submitted that link in the chat, but you can also, our emails right here on the screen, contact us at targetbay.com. We also have a chat system on our website, so if you can't remember the email address, no worries. Go to targetbay.com and chat with us. And we can help you with different strategies. Really just being able to see what would be right for you, because what might work for a supplement company might not be right for someone that's selling washing machines. So thank you again for your time, and we'll go ahead and log off.
Flip on the thing, say goodbye. Thanks. Have a great day.
Bye, everyone.